sad thing is, he thinks he's having a good hair day.
Nice.
Getting some good photos of his bad hair.
It's got the same growth pattern as me.
I want to hit that. So where's Chris Groff working nowadays? You guys know him at all?
Chris Growth?
Yeah.
Or he's the supervisor out of Green Bay?
Yeah.
Is that a tester?
Yep, making sure it's calibrated right. It should read 114 and it reads 114.1, so it has to be within 0.5 decibels. Am I being videotaped? It must be.
It's just cool. I've never seen this done before.
Here you go, Jeffrey.
Okay, thank you. On the job training.
Yeah.
How's it taking a reading without it running?
Well, it's not
No,
doing
he's
it right
he's
now.
just setting it up.
Oh.
It's one of those new psycho ones. Can sense it, predict it. Yeah. You can sense how loud it is. Kinesis. There it is.
So it should be anything over 114? Is it?
No.
Give or take half.
It does a self-test at 114, and then I use the calibrator to make sure that it is that. This sends out a frequency of 114, and it should read 114 on here, which it did. Okay. So then,
Oh, that
then
just
the other thing.
Well, that just calibrates
Yep,
it. Yeah.
just making sure that it's
maybe
working
wind
right.
conditions
And then we can't have wind speed over 20 miles an hour.
That's 3 miles
So-
an hour.
2.3 miles an hour, so not an issue.
So it's not a wind noise then?
Well,
That's what that is?
if it's over 20, that could affect the reading here.
Oh.
So you see right now, it's not picking, it's unreadable. It's reading between 70 and 140 decibels. And right now it's not reading anything. So that means the ambient noise is below 70.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So, and that's good. If it's too close to what his machine might be, then that would throw it all off. So it's good there. It's calibrated. We're at the right distance, 45 degree angle, 20 inches away. So now, the hardest part of all this is, what year is this machine? Hopefully
83, right?
83?
Yeah.
Really? Great.
Your paper don't go that back.
Well, what model is it?
Honda.
No,
250R.
250R. Should be good with 1,000. Well, we'll just see what it is at 4 with an 85 model. 250R, 250R. You said you had bought some packing?
I bought some packing, and but I haven't had time to put it in yet.
When did you buy that?
Just came in when we were leaving for up north and everything. Yeah.
Just this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then, since he doesn't have a RPM gauge on here, we're going to use a handheld RPM gauge.
That just blows that back, or?
Yep, this is going to vibrate, and when it's at its widest point, then it's meeting the same level that it's set at. So I'm going to set it at 4,000 RPMs, because that's what it read for the 85. At least we'll just test it for that. We'll set it on the machine. Yeah. Well, I need everybody back at least 8 feet, and then we need the rider on the machine, and then I'll show you when this vibrates at its widest point. Then it's going to be closest to that 4,000 RPMs.
Okay.
And then you nod your head that when it's at that point, and we're going to take a look at that, make sure, see what it reads. Okay?
Okay. So it's gotta be this is gotta be a 4,000 RPM.
Once you guys get to that side of the road, to do that, we're going to use this handheld RPM.
Most influential.
Yeah.
Okay. So, where did you take off? Okay. So, I don't know if that packing material will bring that down, but it might. I mean, he's at 116. The legal limit is 96, so, I mean, you are...
It's close.
Wait, oh, yeah, yeah, close. I mean, so, I mean, you can hear how it cracks.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
right.
can definitely hear it.
So, and that really, did he tell you, sometimes we got these trails that go pretty close to homes,
Yeah.
or some of these trails are on private property in
Yeah.
other areas, and people do not like that.
Yeah.
Speed and noise are the two biggest complaints that works in this area. You got it. Yep, now, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the 1983 RPMs is the same. I tested it at 4,000 RPMs. I'm going to make sure that the 83 is the 250R and 1983 model is the same. If it is, then I'll probably send you a citation for having a muffler that exceeds 96 decibels.
So that 4,000, that would be like a cruising speed, right?
That's usually half throttle for most machines.
Okay.
So, I guess I'm not a scientist. I don't know the details on why they picked half throttle or roughly there, but that's what it's at. It's some society of
General
automotive
speed.
some society of automotive engineers, came up with the test, and unfortunately, I only have 85 through 2011, so I don't have 83. But I tested it at 4,000. If for some reason it's supposed to be tested at something other than 4,000, then obviously my test is null and void.
How much is the fine for that?
It's going to be probably a couple $100.
Can you give him a break? I mean, this is his first time out. I mean.
Well, the other issue is he's never completed ATV safety, which is also required.
Yeah.
Really?
So
That's a violation too. It's kind of like a driver's license on a car. You have to.
So everybody's got to have a.
no, anybody that's born on or after January 1st
Oh,
of 88.
88
now?
Yep, 88. Snowmobiles, it's 85. ATVs, it's 88. Boats, it's 89. So.
So how long was that? I mean, when it came into effect?
This
It's
has
been,
been
7
in
years?
effect.
Oh, wow.
For
Yeah.
ATVs, probably since we got hired, it's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
85, the snowmobile's been around a lot longer. The
well,
boat-
I mean, minimum is 7 years.
Yeah.
It's been around, so.
So.
I mean, can you give him a break? I mean, this is his first. I mean, he's. I mean, we're not too far from where we're at, where we got to go back. I mean, he's
Well,
not.
I tell you what we can do.
He's not out tearing the trails up. He's just on a maiden voyage.
I hear you.
I mean,
I hear you.
it will be fixed.
It-
It's just.
Well, what we can do is, we won't obviously cite him for both then. Well, I have a feeling the underage operation is substantially cheaper or cheaper. We'll write you that one then instead. Okay?
That'll work. Yeah.
And then that'll save you some money. You still got to get that fixed because
Yeah.
there's
yeah.
other deputies out,
It,
there's other wards out. and-
believe me.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, it's a first time out.
can-
I mean, it's.
Yep.
He was on his way up. His dad called him. Hey, the packing's here.
Yep. Okay.
And
get that packing in
so
there. See if you can. You still got. You want to somehow still make sure that it's quiet enough. Otherwise, you're gonna end up, probably getting some
Put a
other
different
stock
muffler on
muffler.
it on the
Yeah.
end there.
Yeah.
Get us-
But more importantly, the ATV safety. And you guys are all, or you're probably older than that, right? Or did you take ATV safety? When were you born?
88.
88. Did you
August.
take it? You didn't take it either. August of 88. When's your date of birth?
11/15/88.
Well, you got 2 violations. I'm gonna write one of the 2 then. Is
Okay.
what I'm gonna do, and I'll write you the cheaper of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you can go on. Did you tell him how he can take the ATV?
No, we haven't even discussed it.
Okay.
actually, I know where you can go. There's a place just south of Green Bay that I went through that one.
You can, you can attend
Yeah.
something, or
Well,
if you
did
have
you
access to the internet,
Yeah.
you can go online. I think it's $10 or $15.
Yeah. It's
And
like
you sit
15.
down. You still have to pay attention to what you're reading.
Oh, yeah.
You take a test and you pass it. You send use your credit card, and boom, you can print off your certificate. You carry that piece of paper to they send you the
Right
plastic
off the
card.
computer.
Yep, right off the computer. You can do that too. And it, it's for you're a little bit older, so
Yeah.
maybe you'll be able to learn a lot from that. the classes that you attend in person are probably better because you can ask questions.
Right.
But if you don't have that kind of time and you're probably a pretty smart guy, you can do it online and then you can ride right away. Get that certificate.
Now, what about snowmobiling? Because he's got a snowmobile also. So
I'm certified on snowmobile.
Well, you're okay. Well, no, yeah, you'd have to take it for snowmobile as well, and you can do that online as well. You're old enough to take it. I think there's a cutoff at like age 16 for snowmobiles online. So obviously you're older than that, so you can take it online too. So, and that again is $10 or $15, or just wait and try to find a class in your area. Where are you guys from? Green Bay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So.
You know, for you, just make sure to get it before you come out next
Yep.
time.
okay.
'Cause if you got stopped, you'd likely get a ticket.
We didn't have a
for not
reason to
having
stop
it.
you, but
We're not
now we
gonna-
found out we're not going to give you a ticket, but you got to do the same thing that he has to.
I appreciate it.
He's got a couple issues and that loud exhaust too.
How much is that ticket? Is that like
Which one?
the?
Underage operation.
That's a cheap one, I think. You know what? I can look it up.
Okay.
Want to look it up? Come here, we'll show you.
$80, I guess.
$137 of all citations is base course costs. So that,
Oh, wow.
even if say a district attorney
I'll bring it
reduced
over
it to
there,
court
guys.
costs, it's $137.50. So there are no.
That's the
Bring
playbook.
it over there.
They're all
Oh, you bring it over. So that's the playbook, huh?
Yeah, that's the playbook. Don't tell Mike McCarthy. We're getting into NFL management right now.
How much does it differ from the snowmobile class?
See what?
How much does it differ from the snowmobile class?
In terms of
Price?
Like
or?
like the information you should learn.
Oh,
well, some of the general
Different
concepts are probably the same, but I mean, a good course that you attend that has good instructors, they go through some basic maintenance of the snowmobile and operation. You actually drive. Some classes offer driving of the snowmobile.
Because I did take it when I was 12, and I got my license for that.
For snowmobile?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, then you should have that card.
yeah, I do.
Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't carry over to ATVs.
I'm just wondering, like, how much would it, differ
Close,
from?
is it?
Yeah, because like basically, I think all the rules are the same, aren't
well,
they?
you got different conditions. You know,
Well,
you're
the
on
rules are
snow.
The rules are different.
No?
The rules are different. I mean, some of the general concepts of responsible riding and safe driving and speed, killing people, and not operating drunk and things, those are the same. But some of the finer some of the details are going to be different, and obviously the laws too. So what did you find?
That's well, there's two different ones, but the cheaper of the two for the same violation is $162.70.
And I think what's allowed exhaust.
I don't even know what that was. That's what, that one. Can I look at it quick?
Yeah, I'll tell you, even a
We're
speeding,
gonna fire up that computer.
even a speeding
and get
ticket in a
that.
car, the prices went up big time.
Yeah, when we started our careers, I think court costs were $89, and now the court cost for any ticket
It's like 200.
$137.50.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
man, so you're looking at really it's $25 is what the fine is plus the court costs.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
And it gets charged whether or not you go to court with it or not. I mean, it doesn't matter. You guys ride a lot up here?
This is
First time.
the first time we've been out in a couple of years.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we ran into you guys.
Well, you're bound to on a weekend like this.
Once a year, we try to make the trip to the
Well,
big
it's
sand pit down here.
175.30 operate a ATV exceeding the 96 decibel limit. 175.30. So
Is there a graduated scale on that?
no,
You guys give out warnings at all?
Sure.
the maximum
But
is.
no, certainly not for. That's the loudest ATV I've ever seen. So not for that. Not for that much. Probably
Well,
give
we
out-
wrote a ticket to
probably
a
7
gentleman at
warnings for every ticket.
103. You can't go by the. You can't say okay, it's 96 decibels, and say you're at 98. It's only 2 over, so there's a warning. It jumps tenfold for each decibel.
So like
So it is a
97,
graduated scale.
97
not for fine amount, whether you were 103 or 116, it's still.
Oh,
27 decibels is 10 times louder? Is that what?
I think that's what it is on the A-weighted scale for the ear. Is it just doesn't dump. It just doesn't jump.
It's not like a speed limit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you're
It's
over.
not going
is-
up gradually. It's a very sharp curve. So there again, I'm getting out of my realm of expertise in terms of engineer. So, all right, we'll get the information to you in the mail, and then take that course before you operate again. And
Okay.
So you're gonna find them for the lesser of the two?
Yeah, I'll give you the lesser of the two.
Okay.
I'm gonna save you a few dollars anyway.
Okay. Thank you.
So, all right.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
And then,
Guys, have a good day.
Hey, be safe.
So did you get
Thank
all
you
that?
for the information. I really like that.
So did it record it all?